Hey guys, this is Travis Leglider, Extension Weed Scientist at the University of Kentucky. What we're looking at today is Trial 20-7, Sinate plus Group 15 residual herbicides. This is at the University of Kentucky Research and Education Center in Princeton, Kentucky. This trial was planted on May 4th. All the treatments were applied to 3 to 4 inch weeds on June 1st, and today is June 30th, so we're 30 days after application on this. So we'll start off here looking at the untreated and what weeds we have here in our untreated plot. So as we come in here, we can see there's some giant ragweed. You can see we have a fairly dense population of annual grasses. The majority of this is going to be large crabgrass that's in there. There's also going to be some broadleaf signal grass. You can also see morning glories, and as we go back through there, you're also going to see, or also would find red root and smooth pigweed throughout. So that's your untreated. So to start off with here, there's just some base treatments. This would be Roundup Power Max plus Harness. And so with that, the Roundup Power Max is going to give you control of all those 3 to 4 inch weeds, broadleaves and grasses. And then the Harness is going to give you, it's a group 15 that's going to give you residual to hold back small seeded broadleaves as well as grasses. What you're going to see in here is large seeded broadleaves like morning glories that are going to come up through that product. And back in there, you can see there's a big mare's tail plant, and we don't expect Roundup to control mare's tail. And there's a few giant ragweed plants that we missed as well that were just a little bit too big and maybe having some selection pressure occur at this farm. Here we have Roundup Power Max plus Dual. So similar situation, using your Roundup to control the weeds that are there, and then the Dual is a group 15 to pick up the small seeded broadleaves and the annual grasses as they try to reemerge. What you're going to see in this plot for the most part is Johnson grass that's emerged since this application. We don't expect any residual to control rhizome Johnson grass, which is what we have in this block. And the plants that we missed with that Roundup is going to be a nice big mare's tail plant there and a giant ragweed plant that was just too big at application. Moving on, more to the product that is being shown here in this is Sinate. This is with NIS and AMS, and Sinate is a combination of Impact, or topramazone, and Liberty, which is glufosinate. So as we come in here with this mixture of product, the one thing we're not going to expect this to give us complete control of is going to be our annual grasses or any of our grasses. Neither of these products are known for complete grass control. Both of them will give you some control of your grasses, but 100% control shouldn't be expected from either one of these products. And so you saw some large crabgrass in there, but there's also some Johnson grass that's in there. And again, we don't expect it to pick up that Johnson grass. And a lot of this Johnson grass has actually emerged since the application of this product. Okay, so that's with NIS. Here's Sinate with MSO. Just looking at differences of possible differences in crop injury here. MSOs would be what we'd put with our Impact products, so probably a little bit more preferable as far as weed control goes. But again, you do see we do miss a few of those crabgrass plants. Overall, a fairly clean plot, but you do have a few misses on a few of those annual grasses that are in there. And there's a little bit of that rhizome Johnson grass that's coming through. Again, we wouldn't expect this product to hold that back. And here we have Sinate plus Harness. So this is where we start mixing in those group 15s. Again, Harness is going to be a product that holds back small seeded broadleaves as well as grasses. And this is with NIS as an adjuvant. You can see in here some of that Johnson grass as well as some of the crabgrass. So it's the same story with that Sinate. We're not going to expect it to get all of our grasses in there. It's going to be a really good broadleaf product, but it is going to miss on some of those annual grasses. And here we have Sinate with Harness and MSO. Again, just looking at different adjuvant packages. MSO would be something we would use with that Impact product, so might be a little bit better. In this trial, we did not see any crop injury response to these products, but same story here towards the front here where we have a really dense population of crabgrass. You can see that we missed some of those plants, but overall a fairly clean plot. The Sinate cleaning up the plot of the weeds that were there, and that Harness holding back the remainder of what's going to emerge except for that Johnson grass. And then the last two, and then the last couple here, here's Sinate plus Dual. So same thing, using Sinate to give us post control, and then the Dual to hold back small seeded broadleaves, as well as those grasses. Where we have some misses here is going to be on those crabgrass plants where we have a really dense population right here towards the front. And as you look back in there, you're going to see quite a few morning glories breaking through. Those are late emergers, and we would not expect Dual to hold those back. Similar treatment here, same thing, Sinate plus Dual, just using MSO instead of NIS. And again, we didn't see a difference in crop injury response, or actually no crop injury from either of these adjuvant packages, regardless. But it's the same story. You see some of the crabgrass escapes here at the front, and then if you go back in there, you're going to see some of that morning glory escaping. We don't expect Dual to pick that up. And then lastly, just kind of looking at what Liberty would do by itself without the impact in there, and no group 15. And this is kind of what we would expect. You can see we got a lot of the weeds in there, but you're going to have some escapes, especially on some of that crabgrass. It's really dense right here at the front. And then you have some escapes of some morning glories, as well as some hophorn bean copperleaf that comes up pretty late here in this region. So just wasn't there when we made the application, and there's no residual down, so we're going to expect some of those weeds to come back. So this was Sinate with group 15s, a good overall combination of a package. The one weakness you're going to have, at least post-emergence with this, is capturing some dense infestations of annual grasses. Otherwise, that group 15 will hold down some of those annual grasses. So Sinate plus group 15, trial 20-7 at the UK Rec.